It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Tyrone Lowe. Hello everyone, my name is Tyrone Lowe. I'm your host this evening, and I'm hosting a show called The Legends, another T-Lo Video Productions. And in the house of the legends, I have two friends of mine, Barry, the Maestro Mason, and I have DJ Frankie Paradise. Yeah. Welcome to The Legends.
Thank you.
Let's start with you, Frankie.
Thank you.
You've been here before, and what we're going to do, we're just going to sum it up and start from the beginning of when you started.
When I started. Okay, I started basically, I decided to be a DJ in 1985.
Okay.
Going to the Paradise Garage. I was inspired by Larry Levan, the sound system, the lights, everything, and I was always into music, but I didn't know which direction I wanted to go. And so that one night just going there, it just inspired me. And then I started just doing my homework, collecting music, doing my homework, and the DJs at that time and before, studying Larry and how he played, and just concentrating every Saturday night when I was in there sometimes. Whatever night I was there, I was just sometimes just stay just looking at the crowd and what he was spinning, how he was bringing it in, how it was coming out to the system. And I just took it all in, and it just became an obsession.
Okay, so now that you play, what do you do to really inspire your crowd? Because you have a very large following as a DJ, and I really admire that. I see you all the time. You're playing here, you're playing there. I mean, every time you look on Facebook, Frankie Paradise is playing somewhere, you know. And so, how do you encounter all that energy?
Sometimes it's a little. I'm still a little intimidated because you're always going to be nervous when you're spinning because you don't know if you're going to sound right, if they're going to like it enough. I mean, we all know that we can't please everyone, but you try to grasp everybody's energy to please as many people as you can, because all I want to do is just bring joy to the dance floor and watch people dance and just bring that old energy of dance music that used to be in New York City. For me, it was at the Paradise Garage, and then afterwards Shelter, but that's the energy that I like to bring to the crowd.
Okay. Before we get started again, I'd like you to know that I've seen other Frankie Paradise as DJs, but just for the record, I want you guys to know this is the real Frankie Paradise, okay? Barry, welcome to my show, and I am very honored to have you here. You've been around for a long time. You know, I also had affiliation with Kiss FM as well. So let's talk about how you got started.
Wow. Okay, I started in a band. My father was a gospel musician.
Okay.
And he gave me a lead guitar and a bass guitar. And we started this group called the Black Renaissance.
Okay.
So we did the band thing for a while. And then I got a load of guys like Flowers, Pete DJ Jones, and I saw those guys, and I was inspired. And then I got into playing music, and I became a DJ. Me and my cousin used to play at parties and stuff. And then I'd talk on the mic and people say, hey, you got a great voice. That led to radio. So that's how that came about.
So doing radio, how can you separate a DJ from actually being a radio personality? Is there a difference in that?
There is a difference.
Okay,
a radio
that.
personality is a personality. You're selling your personality.
Right.
So you're actually, a lot of times radio personalities work along with DJs.
Okay.
To help them with their program. So a lot of times when I was doing Kiss Club Classics, to give you an example, I'd be working with DJs. It's kind of like what I do on the boardwalk to help promote them.
Right.
And you're on the radio at the same time. So it's kind of like the same thing. Hosting is hosting. Whether you're hosting on the radio or you're hosting live, it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is that you got a live crowd.
Okay. Would you say that Frankie Crocker was like the ultimate?
Frankie Crocker is, in my opinion, the godfather of urban radio.
Let's talk about it.
The king of black urban radio.
Okay.
There can't be a conversation about black urban radio without talking about Frankie Crocker.
All right.
The Godfather. He's like the blueprint, the guy who put the blueprint on how radio really should be done.
Right.
Yeah.
So Frankie, you know, as being a DJ, representing house music, the gay community, straight community, you know, it's hard that you find a lot of people that actually accept you for on both genders, which is really crazy. I mean, I look at it for what it is, you know, and the inspiration that you have for a lot of people is really epic. You know, how do you feel just knowing that you have such a large following? I mean, how do you wake up every morning just saying, well, wow?
Yeah, I mean, for the love of house first, and I thank you for bringing that up, Ty, also. You know, I always say being born out of Paradise Garage because that was my roots in music. You know, Paradise Garage, as many, if you don't know, Paradise Garage was a gay club. You understand? And it had its Friday nights and it had its Saturday nights. I went through all nights, both nights, mostly Saturday. And, you know, as house evolved and it grew, I branched out. I started working with Mike Stone. I got to work with Charles Jackson. Mike Stone, who managed at one point Studio 54. Then Charles did The Warehouse, Sound Factory Bar. Then later on, Shelter opened up. And I continued just spitting and doing parties and building, you know, and I guess people just gravitated to me, you know. So I try to spin for everyone. To me, house music is universal. It's for everyone. It's all, you know, whether you straight, gay, but it doesn't matter. It's
Right.
about the music. It's about the love of music and that energy that that builds on the dance floor. That's what it's about. You know, it makes us all one.
Right. You know, I notice when you play like I play. You integrate Afro house, soul house, gospel house, and I think a lot of DJs doesn't do that. They just want to play on one genre. And for you to integrate your music like that, I feel is very epic. You know, how do you feel about that from coming from the garage all the way to this new scene of house music today?
Another great question because, again, coming from Paradise Garage, if you come from the old schools, at least from that era, you know, we did R&B dance classics. You did funk. You did disco when disco came about, and then house music. So it was a collective of
Right.
music. And even as house has evolved, the same thing has happened. Which is it's a good thing now. You have Afro house, you have soulful house, you have gospel house, and people feel different grooves. And what I've noticed is that many DJs from that time, the ones that are still here, or that came after the Paradise Garage, if you got that, then what you did is you realized that everyone doesn't feel the same thing. We can't please everybody, but you know, some people feel gospel. Some people feel the Afro, some people feel the soulful. And what I've noticed with some DJs now, or the new DJs, what they do, and that's fine and that's okay, they stay flat. They'll stay on their own,
Right.
you know, and that's fine. But to me, I like different genres of music. So in dance music and house music, I try to do tribal, Afro, gospel. So, you know, I'm watching my audience. Okay, I
Right.
know this one wants to hear gospel. I know this one wants to hear classic. I know that one wants to hear tribal. This is an Afro head. So what I try to do is go back and forth. And it might not be for everyone, but it works for me.
Okay. I feel for your crowd, man. You have a great response as far as when you're playing.
Thank you.
I haven't been to a lot of your parties, but I've seen a lot of footage, and crazy.
Thank you so
Crazy.
much. You know,
You
I
know,
try my best.
Me personally, I call you the man with the classics.
Thank you.
I mean, really.
Thank you.
Frankie
Thank
plays
you.
the classics,
Yeah.
and where a lot of people don't really want to play the classics.
Right.
A lot of
Why
people
not?
really want to get a lot of new music instead of integrating them with the classics. They just want to go straight on because I have music.
Right.
Right.
So everybody has to know I have music.
Right.
But that
right.
tells me that you're not playing for the crowd.
Right.
You're playing for yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what makes you a real DJ.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't say it makes you a real DJ. It just makes you a DJ.
Right.
So the question I'm going to ask you guys is, what's a DJ and what's a real DJ?
Frank, I'll let you take that first.
To me, a DJ these days, because we have so many, back in the days we didn't have as many, even when I came on board in the late 80s, there wasn't as many DJs. Now there's millions of DJs. Everybody wants to be a DJ, but to me, a DJ, that has to be your calling first.
Right.
You just don't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to be a DJ because I see him getting all the accolades or he's getting all the clapping ovations. You have to feel that.
Right.
It has to be a gift that you feel that you're bringing to the dance floor. And like you just mentioned, if you're just going to play a certain gen of house, well, that's what's going to be a collective crowd. Whereas if you do your homework and you expand your horizon playing different gens of house and feel out your crowd and your audience, you'll get a better response. You get a bigger response. You know, DJs these days, like Frankie Knuckles put it once on one of his videos, you know, it's all about being savvy and mixing and stuff. And though, yes, I love mixing and creative mixes, but it's not so much how you play, it's also what you play.
I hear that.
And you have to play for your crowd.
You know, the thing I really think about, just besides DJing, producing, and promoting, and being an air personality, I think the artists are being robbed through technology. Because I remember back in the days, we had people like Fonda Ray, we had people that was actually like Gloria Gaynor and stuff like that. They were getting the full benefits of their music. You know, where now today, you have an artist that spends miles of hours in a studio, and then you have the producers actually remixing it. Then when they put it out, they're not really getting the full benefits of what they're really supposed to as an artist. And me, I have a problem with that, really, because I do tracks, you know, and I produce music, but I think that through technology, it has limited a lot of producers and artists from really what they were supposed to. And if it could be R&B, it can be hip hop or whatever. The money right now is in the concerts, and I think that's kind of wrong, because what if you're an artist and you don't get a chance to go on the road? You're stuck. So that really limits you from actually being the artist that you're really supposed to
the only
be.
way you can make your money.
You know. So let's take it a step ahead. Coney Island dances. Let's talk about that.
Coney Island dances, created by Rican Vargas.
Okay. By the way,
been around.
Rican.
Shout out to Rican Vargas.
We're gonna shout out to you.
Shout out.
And just for the record, we ain't wearing no lipstick.
Wow.
That's been around for, I believe, I think he just had his 9th year, but I've been with him about 8 years.
Okay.
And we just bring a lot of fun and house music to the dance floor. As promotional, as just to bring people together and have a good time. That's what we do.
And it's a great thing, because just not only just being a DJ and Barry, you be out there as far as, you know, doing your thing, you guys also give back, which is really cool. I don't see a lot of guys giving back. You know, you get out there, you're pleasing the crowd, you're playing the music, everybody's having a good time, but at the end of it all, you guys give back. You think about the kids and stuff like that. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it to play that day. I had some production to do, so. But I'll be out there next year. I will be out there next year.
You know, the thing is, music connects people on all levels.
Okay.
You know, there's an approach on how you can connect music with people. And people, you know, if you say, okay, we're going to do something for the kids, the parents will come out. And they want to hear the music, and that exposes the kids to the music. So it's kind of all, it's all connected. In some sort of way, you know?
Okay. It sounds great. So Barry, as being an air personality for KISS FM, where do you want to be at least 5 years from now? I mean, do you still want to be doing the same craft, or you want to take it to a whole different level?
I'm the kind of person, I'm always looking to kind of take it to the next level.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of building my own business, doing my own independent radio programs, Club Classics New York, Top 20 R&B Countdown through my company Track One Entertainment. So yeah, it's to take it to the next level.
Are you doing this with Chris Perry?
No, Chris Perry is he runs my show on his station.
Okay.
So we have different affiliates. He's one of my affiliates.
You know, my mixes are being played on that station.
Yes. He's one of our
I'm like,
affiliates.
wow.
Yes.
And it's good to know that you're actually into that, you know, because staying on one branch is not going to really make you expand.
No, you always have to look to grow and get better. And that's the thing I like about working with Frankie Paradise. I mean, when I started working, it was such a great fit. It just felt right. You know,
Thank you.
sometimes you work with people and you just don't, you feel like you're just going through the motions.
Right,
but
right.
working with Frankie and his team is just fabulous because it's such a great fit. Everybody knows their role, and we're all doing it, and we're trying to take it to the next level.
You know, I want to shout out to Promotion 1.
Yeah.
Irvin, because you got it going on, my brother. We're going to give you a shout out. You know, we love you. I played with Irvin back in the days, and we did some real nice parties. We did punk parties and everything, and it was really good.
Yeah.
You know, and I got to know Irvin through the years as being a real positive person.
He knows his stuff,
and
too.
he's also one of my mentors as well.
Yeah.
I get on the phone when I'm excited about something I don't want to leak. That's the first person I speak to. You know, you have a great team.
I do, and I just also want to give them all a shout out. A shout out to my business manager, Irvin Boyceo Promotions 1, Jeffrey Smith, E-Man Clark, Wayne Dixon, my partners, everyone that works with me. Just thank you so much for always supporting me. And Barry Mason, we've just been working this first summer, but he's like my brother.
Okay.
I just love him. And I just want to give everybody a thank you, people that come out and support me to all the events. Keep music going, keep R&B, real R&B and house music going, and let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Happiness Lounge. It's been around for a minute.
Yeah, we're
You
going
know,
into
I've heard
our 8th
about
year.
it. Well, you know, when I was in North Carolina, I used to be online. I used to hear Happiness Lounge. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that.
Happiness Lounge, we've been around since 2012.
Okay.
And it's in the midst of Crown Heights,
Okay.
Caribbean city. And, you know, we started, it was just a test because the Starlight, which was another neighbor club that shut down, bar, lounge, that shut down not too far off in No Street, has shut down.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
So we decided to do it, me and a partner at the time, Anthony Jones, rest in peace, decided to launch it.
Okay.
And I didn't think it was going to work because I said to myself, this is like Crown Heights and house music over here. You know, do they even want to hear this? But it took off the ground.
Okay.
And we've been around for 8 years. It's based mostly a gay crowd, but it's welcome to everyone. And you know, we just our night Friday nights is catered to house music. That's what we promote, house music. And yeah, we're going on our 8th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about current events. What do you got upcoming that you want to leak to your viewers, if you may?
Well, again, I'm in Coney Island every summer, as you mentioned, and the Happiness Lounge every Friday. I work with a disco party fundraiser, and doing guest spots from here to Philadelphia, wherever I get them. I just, you know, I'm there. I'm
And
there. So
Barry, what you got that you really want to leak out to your viewers, if it's possible?
Well, I'm doing a lot of stuff with Frankie Paradise,
Okay.
hosting a lot of his events, so that's going to be exciting. And we're coming back this summer on the boardwalk to do some stuff with Frankie as well, and doing my stuff with Track One Entertainment. So there's a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be an incredible summer.
Yeah, well, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, and also look out for Soul Committee. We
Yes.
just launched it this summer out in Riverbank, and that'll be an outdoor event, hopefully growing and building, and it's for everyone. It's going to be family friendly, and you know, we just had our first one at Riverbank. This I believe it was August.
Okay.
I believe it was August or September.
September.
But it went very well, and that's it.
Okay.
We're just continuing promoting house music.
So briefly, Barry, tell your viewers your contact, how you can get in contact with you.
Okay, so you can check us out on our Facebook page at Club Classics New York. You can reach me by my email, barry987_2000@yahoo.com.
Okay. And Frankie?
Frankie, you can catch me on my website, frankieparadise.com, or email me at onebagginhouse@gmail.com.
Okay. Hey guys, I thank you for being on my show. It was epic. Great
Thank you,
interview.
Tyrone.
Frankie, you're the best. I wish
Thank
you the
you.
hope.
Thank you so
a
much.
lot for the future.
Thank
Barry, I wish you the best as
Thank
well.
you. Thank you.
And
Thank
you
you
know,
so
just for the
much.
record, we have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
really?
we want you to know that we really appreciate you.
Oh,
and
wow.
Come on up, Herb, with that. You know, and
Frankie, from the thing we have started, Soul Committee, You're the resident DJ.
Oh,
and
thank
Tyrone.
you.
So we
Thank
call
you.
and bother you all the time. You're our engineer.
Oh, wow, this is so cool.
Wow, thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, man.
Okay.
That means a whole lot to me.
Thank you, Irvin. Thank you so much.
So, Irv, you know, as being promoted one, the man with the sound, the guy with the sound, you know, what do you have to say about, you know, certain things? Do you have anything to say to your viewers about that? You know?
Wait till this year on the boardwalk.
Okay.
Coney Island board parties are going to be insane.
Okay. And we thank you all for tuning into our show. We thank you so much. And stay tuned for another episode of T-Lo Video Productions.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Listen, do you hear that? The drums. Who is that? Oh yes, that's God. My spirit moves to the beat of God's drums. There is something about the way that God beats the drums. I can't really describe it. It's like something comes over me. I lose complete control of my body as if I'm possessed. It doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. On the subway, walking down the street, or eating a meal, I start to twitch, bop my head, stomp my feet, and work my shoulders. And before I realize it, I am shaking my tail feathers. I imagine some people think I'm crazy or something whenever I start to scream and shout. To them I must say, I'm not crazy. I'm dancing because I'm grateful to be able to dance. I wonder if you can hear what I hear. In Africa, the drums are used as tools of communication. I believe God sends us various messages via his drums. They can be for the mind, body, or the soul. The key is learning to listen to his rhythm. You can literally feel his love for us all. How many of us ignore his beats? Too many of us hear it, but choose not to listen. If he played louder, would he get our full attention? You don't have to have rhythm to dance to his beats. You can just nod your head and tap your feet to let him know you can hear him and you are indeed listening. So if we see each other dancing by ourselves, we will know that It's our spirits moving to the way God is playing the drums. After all, if God was a DJ, then the world would be his dance floor. Listen.
DJ Tyrone Lowe.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe.